So when this struggle be start, when not only Cameroon be the key our people them, all man the whole world be there for one mob. Say me poor be live for our people them go even francophone them. But when our own people them instigated by the Field Marshal and the Cristiano them, they start kill our people them, attack our people them. Which will not face people that go do they go see support the struggle? No. But maybe we not listen even more importantly for the last statement for Thibault Nagy.
Again, United States view is a unified Cameroon. We support a unified Cameroon because the last thing Africa needs is another mini-state that will be full of poverty and suffering and needing billions of dollars of foreign assistance to make it. And then what happens if you split off part of Cameroon? What happens in parts of Nigeria? So that's not what Africa needs at all.
So on a way to the Thibault Nagy talk, say when it comes to separate Cameroon, America no go ever support them. They wanna just the fact where they no go support the independence, they no go support separation for Cameroon. If they talk to me the Cameroon government, it be serious for real negotiation for end the war. Me then come up with a plan. We no fit ignore way the international community they talk, the position of the various countries. If powerful country like Ukraine, they no fit ignore way America they talk them, other countries they talk them because they need their support. What about us? Even Israel no fit ignore way America they talk them. So we need to understand the reality of the war and our chances to win. We need to understand them, even though it be hard. If there's a person where you see good cancer, you know what talk say you know one for know the kind cancer where they cause you because you fear say you go know say they will go die. The right thing now for instant know them, then you struggle for move them, for cure yourself. Sometimes you feel succeed. So the last video I go play now the one for the ambassador for European Union, where he be talk for that way the one go he talk, he make speech for explain the position of the European Union them for the people then so that all they will be wise.
No, I can't solve your problem. It's your problem. I mean, people are criticizing Europe for getting involved in African internal affairs. So stop asking us to solve your problem. How can people claim they're speaking on behalf of the people of the Northwest, Southwest, and at the same time sacrifice the future of the kids of the people of those regions? I find it absolutely scandalous and honestly also a hypocrite, because these people in the diaspora, they can send their kids to school.
So my country people them, as I tell you, a popular movement, you know, they succeed automatically because it be popular. Leadership, the way they come for a popular movement, they don't really rely on the popularity of that movement. They need to be able to be capable, to develop the capacity and the ability to come up with a plan, a roadmap. The roadmap that will be done for this struggle was for recognition and liberation by force. Those have failed. We are obligated to change. Our ability to get the international community must affect the plan that we put on the table. That is why the People's Right Advocacy Platform have put a solid plan which reflects our ability to convince the international community to be able to support our plan. We want a plan that can have direct endorsement, direct support by the international community, and gather the critical international support to be able to press Cameroon government to accept the solution that we have prescribed. We must remove our struggle from the realm of impossibility into the realm of possibility, where we can have recognition. This is what we owe to our people. People like Cristiano, who say that we should continue to fight and just hold on fighting until some opportunity for negotiation will come, do not understand what they are talking about. No opportunity for negotiation will come when you are just fighting and you cannot win, unless it is something coming on compassionate zone just to give you a way out to surrender. And if we cannot win, it is time for us to sit down and look for a way forward. If it is to sit down with Cameroon and trash a new social contract as we have proposed, we have to do that. But what we cannot do is to allow this struggle to be lost. Because if Cameroon attain a critical victory, as the university in Aberdeen in Australia have put out a research document that shows that the intensity of our fight is manageable for Cameroon. Cameroon government basically can survive with the war as it is. So we must now come to the table, bring a solid proposal like we have put for the People's Right Advocacy Platform that can move our people forward.
As the struggle this 20th May come, for this year, now the first year we don't see the political party them for back home, SDF in particular, and CPDM them, then come together, they come march for this 20th May celebration. We'll see some few school them put on uniform where they no be them put up. So we'll see how things they change. And Ambazonian they will need to understand, see the way things they go. Within few years this struggle you know will be. And I'm predicting say within 2 years. I need to talk to one now for discouraged person and just talk to the truth.
My country people them. So the 20th May 2024 celebrations, it don't come past, and we don't display for una pictures, videos, the evidence where it come out from ground zero. Whether na from Boom, when at the place where Capo Daniel come out, to Menji for Libialem, Bamenda, Commercial Avenue, Misaje, Donga Mantong, Mbengwe for Momo, Ndop for Ngoketunja, Tatum, and Kumbo for Bui Division, even Bakassi for Ndian, even Anthony Blinken, when at the Secretary of State for the United States, they don't send goodwill wishes for Cameroon. We don't see all of that evidence. But now this one is sweet me go past. Now the pictures and the videos, the way they come out from Bamuso inside Indian, for this 2024, Bamuso, they don't win the Blackest Black Leg Award for the celebration for 20th May 2024. Fantastic pictures them. The school picking them, the colors, the pump, the excitement, the jubilation. It was so fantastic. Second to Bamuso, Ibina Manfe, I be so impressed with the turnout for Manfe, the population. See how people did enjoy 20th May finally for the Anglophone zone.
After braving all the threats and call for boycott, the population massively turned out at the End of ceremonial ground to celebrate the 52nd edition of the National Unity Day on May 20, 2024, proof of the efforts put in place by the administration to bring back peace within Gokutunja Division in collaboration with the Defense and Security Forces who let the colorful march pass. The civilian march past saw primary and secondary schools alongside other institutions operating within Dub Central march past the grandstand. The Cameroon's People Democratic Movement, the CPDM, was the lone political party that took part in the parade, this to the satisfaction of the senior divisional officer.
It is with a lot of happiness, a lot of satisfaction in their massive number. With a lot of pride, the population has turned up here with a lot of love, with a lot of patriotism, with a lot of happiness to show their attachment to the ideals of peace, to the ideals of unity, and to prove to the world that Gokutunja is vibrating.
On his part, the Member of Parliament from Dub Center used the occasion to re-echo the call for peace and equally called on those still in the bushes to drop down their arms.
See how happy people are. They are in the bush doing what? Let them all come up. We are prepared to take them into us and inhabitate them and help them to become people of this nation, great nation. So I am only appealing to them to do that as fast as possible because we do not want them to die. When they are all our children in the bush, even the head of state, President Paul does not want them to be killed. Because if President Paul wanted them to be killed, in 2 minutes, this thing would have ended in Northwest region. They say we should continue cajoling our children to come out of the field because they are all Cameroonians.
The divisional officer from Dub Center was decorated by the senior divisional officer from Gokutunja Division in the name of the President of the Republic.
I hereby decorate you with the Knight of the National Order of Merit.
Prior to the D-Day, a long week activities took place comprising of a unity football game and handball game, a unity and peace sport walk around the streets of Ndop, and a sociocultural jamboree and campfire at the eve of 20th May.
So we don't display all that evidence for una. Pictures, videos, where they happen live. The amber sheet, no white blast, they not even come for can lie and for confuse people them. When I remember a few years ago, like for 2018, they be tell when I said the 20th May celebration, they be being a Bambileke people the way they carry them inside moto, they bring up a can march for Bamenda. That is the lie they were saying for 2018. Those were the lies. But even now for 2024, way no day for them for even repeat those lies. Because the question is, how you could do carry 10,000 people them inside buses them? You don't even end only for Bamenda for Commercial Avenue. You carry them go for Zua, for Menchum. You carry them go for Ndop. You carry hundreds or thousands of people them. You go for Bali. You go for Manfe. You go all over the place only for go march for one day and then carry them past again. Who's are the bosses the day where they carry the people them? And who's are wanna be day where wanna say wanna control the territory? Who's are wanna be day for stop the bosses them? So when I see I'm saying their lies and their propaganda, it not the work anymore. So now why that way they don't even bother for tell those lies anymore. They don't just accept defeat. They don't accept the reality. Say the Anglophone population, they want their lives back and they want normalcy and tranquility for come back in the Anglophone zone.
Because in truth, we have groups who are kidnapping because they have a camp of 500 fighters, 400 fighters. How do they feed? How do they feed? 400 fighters. How do they feed? They are forced to kidnap people to take money so that they can buy food, they can buy donuts. And sometimes we don't even blame them. We don't even blame them. They are forced to do it. But I want to say, if you get any brother or sister, when an Amber boy or Amber girl or any relative, make sure say you send me this message. I will talk say that Amber boy is foolish. And I want to maintain that word, say it's foolish. I say you be foolish, and I will start that word, say you be foolish. And I want me any Amber boy hear me critically when I talk so you be foolish. I want to say all Amber fighters say, when I take a small recess, when I think I'm very well, when I ask myself, say, who say all una generals in day? Who say all una commanders in day? The good ones, the brave ones have gone. And in most cases, they don't die, not because say they like the public ambush them, or not because say it was mean, but most often they don't die by the greediness, the foolishness, and the arguments of the diaspora. Most often they don't fall because of the greediness, the foolishness of the diaspora. And where they chop money, they don't provide enough weapons. And so it be very foolish. So I begin to tell you the truth. We have kept it for so long that these people can put their acts together. So because they can put their acts together, you must divorce from them. Yes, divorce from them. Divorce from this politician, the diaspora, people who call themselves politicians, people who are here to feed fat. Divorce from them. I told you we sleep well. Yeah. We sleep well. We go to work. Apart those who don't go to work, we rely on money. We sleep well.
So the international media, they don't see these pictures and these videos and they understand the reality of what way it happened in the Anglophone zone. The Anglophones, they be held captive. The Anglophones, them now are hostages, where they be held hostage by the Ambazonia terrorists. The people, the way there is still fear for come out for can celebrate 20th May, 11 February, Women's Day, Valentine's Day, Christmas Day, those people, them, they reduce in number every single day. And I go explain for now why. But before I want come for that, I want me to understand how important it be, because this one translates to how the international community view what way it happened in the Anglophone zone. And this one, I talk directly to the appeasement people them and the talking heads, the way they go talk for social media, where they call for dialogue and negotiation. So when they go as far as to try in their desperate attempts for blackmail the Cameroon government, say, for example, if Cameroon government no dialogue or negotiate, international community go do this. First thing first, now because the Cameroon government be legitimate and the Cameroon government is already doing what they can in their power for appease the Anglophone population, but we will never appease the Ambazonia terrorists. So the Anglophone population, they be held hostage. And the international community, they understand this fact and this reality. There is no appeasing or dialogue or negotiating with Ambazonia terrorists where it go free the Anglophones from this captivity and hostage situation where they under.
Our people have had enough of the war. We know that we cannot have independence in the immediate terms. Me, nobody don't lie you.
So the next question where you go ask me, as a countryman, now wait to make them will they achieve all these fine results? Population they come out, plenty people they come out now for come March of 2024. Where if we go back about 5 years ago, that population enough for come out. Two things that don't happen: sensitization and kumkumization. Now wait that way don't happen. We don't sensitize the general public, and we don't compromise the amber terrorists the way they will make noise on Facebook, where they will threaten people them, they will put lockdowns and all of that nonsense. We don't silence them. Look at social media today. We saw the Eric Tator, Gary Master the day. We saw the Tapang Ivo the day. We saw the Capo Daniel the day. They don't surrender all. They don't run. All that noise makers them. We don't defeat them, whether not for social media or on the ground. Osa Oliver 33 Expo, Ayeke, Fonte Lucas, Mad Dog. The Mad Dog will be dinner for Bui. We call himself say Johnny Mad Dog. Where real name na Desmond. Usa them day. Spirito. Usa No Pity. Usa the other one Cross and Die from Tanker. Usa a function no white blast smelly carcass or gozang. We don't kill them all. And by so doing, we provide a conducive environment. The people, the way they will terrorize, they will threaten, and they will hold these people, these villagers, hostage. Many of them don't be killed. And when they be neutralized and removed, we did put their carcasses in public for the way we amber no fit lie about the reality where they happen on the ground. So the population now they be reassured. Say we did bring peace and tranquility slowly but surely. So the reality now say, even though for some communities and people they still fear for go out now because they be held hostage.
Our people have had enough of the war. We know that we cannot have independence in the immediate terms. Me, nobody don't lie you.
The Anglophone population, they don't be tired of ambassador terrorism. If you ask the vast majority of Anglophones them today, they no will tell you say they want to change the form of state. They need to still agitate for independence, federation, or anything like that. Anglophones, they just want to get their peace back. And now why the way they tell one openly, say we want peace. We want peace. Anglophones, they need to agitate for independence, separation, or change of the form of state anymore. Because Anglophones, they don't tire. Anglophones, they want their lives back. Anglophones, they want to be able to celebrate 20th May, for celebrate Youth Day, for celebrate Valentine's Day, Women's Day, Christmas, and New Year. Anglophones, they don't tire. But the ambassador terrorists, they hold them hostage. That is the situation, that is the reality of what way it happened on the ground.
Now, let me begin with the blacklegs. The official blacklegs that you won't know. He's the one who calls himself my country, people of them. This one, listen, that is why we must be very careful how we fight him.
Lesson number one. Lesson number one. This video where country people do am. Now God sending me do the video. When I always say, I say, I want to, country people. Lesson number one, my country people talk about it. Listen, whether or not you accept, my country people is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. He's an enemy that is strong. So, Ambazonians will thank my country people for the wonderful job. Now, we'll go ahead.
Another point where I want to make a phone and I say, 20th May, it happen every single year. Where it means that we don't already know exactly when the next National Day celebration go happen. We know exactly the venue, the location, who's how they go celebrate them. For Bamenda, it go then for Grandstand, for Commercial Avenue. The same thing for Kumba, the same thing for Mafe, the same thing for Boya, the same thing for Batibo from Bengui, and everywhere else. We know the venue years in advance. We know exactly the time, the date. We know exactly who go there for day. The governor of Northwest, it go there for Bamenda. The governor of Southwest, it go there for Boya. We get the SDO for Meme, it go there for Kumba for Grandstand. We get the SDO for Momo, it go there from Bengui for Grandstand. So we know this. And then the amber shit, no white blast, the way they talk saying that them control the territory. They talk about liberated areas them. Now, which territory will not control them? Wait, for all these years, for tell you now how incompetent, how ineffective, how ridiculous and stupid they be. 7 to 8 years later, we will not talk say we fight for liberate una territory. We not talk say now we not control una territory. An event where it be planned 7 years ago. When I been no say 20th May 2024 go happen exactly on the 20th of May 2024. When I been know the date. And when I not get the capability, even just for disturb, Master, I'm contribute them. Even just for disturb, they no fit disturb. Now for tell when how inadequate they be for create any impact inside Cameroon. They be useless. My contribute them. Now wait that way the embassy no white blast terrorists they be. 7 to 8 years later, when I no fit even disturb. I mean just for disturb. As a matter of fact, for 2018-19, they be fit even disturb. Because the reality now say, many people, they nobody attend these 20th May celebrations them in many villages and towns and subdivisions them in the Anglophone zone. That is the truth. So now why do I tell now say, una no fit really go back in time. If you go back in time, go compare what the 20th May celebration will look like for Kumbo, and then compare and what it look like today for 2024, you could see and say we get about 2,000% increase in turnout. Yes, that is the progress we've made in a few short years. See the difference with what they happen for Manfe all over the Anglophone zone. The reality now said the Anglophones that become more emboldened for come out outside because they would kill the terrorists them and because of the sensitization where we make them. That is the truth. That is the reality. We are making progress. Of course, we never achieve 100% success, but at the guarantee winner, even the biggest detractors, the biggest enemies of the republic, the biggest haters, even the embassy, no white terrorists themselves, they could tell winner, say Cameroon government don't make a lot of progress in the past few years. Them, they turn out na evidence for una. The population they come out, they march with their CPDM uniform. They rematch with their SDF uniform. They rematch with their school uniforms them. No man really fear Amber anymore. Well, a few, they still fear Amber. That is the reality. But the vast majority of the population now, they just want their lives back. And the Amber terrorists, they hold them hostage. So that is the reality where they happen in the Anglophone zone today. And the evidence is being laid for una, for Siam, for this 20th May festivity we don't pass. And I guarantee una say next year, for 20th May, more and more people they go march. More and more people they go take part for that 20th May celebration. As all the events that happen, more and more people that become involved because ambassador terrorism it die they go, they die they go, they die they go. And one day when I go just woke up, when I no go hear Amber again. But when I always can't talk about say, well, but countryman, they don't kill governor. Well, of course, they don't kill governor for Facebook, no. Those were all lies.
I have said, if you put Chris Amu and Pompea and have a gun with one bullet, what I will do, I will gun down Chris Amu first with that bullet and deal Pompea later. Because he's a chief manipulator, he's a chief liar, he's the one who has delayed and every time we want to focus on the goal, he will come out with different, and Sako Samuel is the one who is controlling him. And so, even if Sako gives the order or not, Sako is involved. And so Sako Samuel is the number 2 second chief in Hitler. They sit there in Maryland, they move around in hotels, they sex girls, they eat money, they do all kinds of terrible things. Because these people will pay. And I've said, the one here in UK who got themselves whiskers, if they don't reveal these people who these 23 guys, 22 or so, if they don't reveal them by Monday, then they will see the other side of the force of patriots in Amazonia. They will see it. They will see it. I have said, we will not fight. Listen, Chacha will stay there and keep fighting. We will not push our boys on Granzo to fight among themselves. We, the diaspora, we will not fight amongst ourselves, and the strong will survive. If you're strong, I'm bad for you. If I'm strong, you're bad for me. Take over.
And no says when I go talk to no per countryman, they don't kill some mayor for some place or they don't kill some delegate. Yes. Remember the 6 divisional delegates where they be killing from Dian? It be stop all things for Cameroon, it be move Pobia for cheer. What did they achieve? As a matter of fact, those 6 divisional delegates where they be killing from Dian, they were all Anglophones, killed by Anglophones. The only thing where the Amber terrorists they achieve and by doing that, now forget more blacklegs and very negative international press, very negative, targeting Anglophone civilian population. So they don't lose the leverage. Now, they don't fit talk against it, so they fight for the Anglophone population. They don't fit talk against it, so they are fighting for defend the rights of Anglophones. Because the reality, now say they are killing Anglophones. That is all they have achieved. Making more blacklegs and also proving us the blacklegs right. Say it is so. The vast majority of the Anglophones, they know they're with them. Now, why that way they can't target the Anglophones them? And also, the insecurity where it is in the Anglophone zone now should be expected, and it not go end anytime soon. When we buy guns, give the most poorly educated shit, no why blast them. Call them, say generals them. We destabilize our own territory. We even come up with a slogan and a policy to make your territory ungovernable. That is exactly what you get. When you make this begin them, you sponsor their drug addiction. They are high on drugs half of the time. Guess what? It not be easy for them to kick that habit of drug addiction. So guess what? For the next 20 years, just like how Biafra or Nigeria, the eastern part of Nigeria, it will still suffer the consequences of the Biafran war till today. Who sound think say these Amber terrorists, they learn this nonsense. Oh, Kelebe, where them day with jam them. Who sound think say they go buy the drugs? Who sound think say they go buy the weapons them? AK-47, they flop for Nigeria like how Sansan flop for Sahara Desert. Partly because of the Biafra war. It creates instability. It creates a vast population where they will be uneducated, poorly educated, orphan picking them, unwanted pregnancies them, low economic turnout. All of those things are a recipe for disaster where they haunt the eastern part of Nigeria till today. Now, why that way kidnapping for ransom? Now, a whole career, people they did for Nigeria way for their CV, their curriculum vitae, or their resume, or even their business cards them, they write them for day, or their identity card. They say, what is your profession? They say kidnapping for ransom. Because it is a job description in Nigeria. They kidnap all man from Nigeria, kidnap plus governors of states and their local authorities them. They kidnap them every single day for the eastern part of Nigeria. It is a business. Nigeria get high level of criminality, partly because of that Biafra war. So make una no worry. I mean, just imagine, say, in 6 or 7 years going, wait to be ambushed, no why blast their capability. They will kind of glad they don't kill mayor. They don't kill 5 mayors them in 7 years. Out of how many mayors they did in the Anglophone zone? They did more than 80-something mayors them. They don't kill 5 in 7 years. Where it means that their average not even reach up to 1 mayor a year. You know, say people the day where they even thank God say they kill that mayor, they queue up for go contest for take that position, we be take them. You don't know. That way they be kill that mayor, we be there teacher for Goketunja. They wait me, I be tell una. I be tell una say this is not the first and it not go be the last. Because for as long as those terrorists they get guns, even a broken clock can tell the right time twice a day. Even a stray bullet, it go hit some person. That is the risk you take when you give weapons to poorly educated shit no white blast, unleash them into your community. It will bring about violence, insecurity, and this kind of madness for a very long time. For the next 20 years, we should expect, say, these kind of things that go happen from time to time. This is the new normal in the Anglophone zone. If we not be know, we know today. This is the new normal. Normalcy, it don't already return for the vast majority of the Anglophone zone. So what really happen now is the new normal. People, the way they talk, when I thank when I heaven, say, Amber, not even get the capability for get the so-called independence. Because if they get the capability and they get the independence, go ask South Sudan. Because South Sudan could be a model civilization compared to the Ambazona terrorists. South Sudan self, they are doing better than what we Amber for be. South Sudan, they get their independence. 2 years later, they go back into civil war. Now, South Sudan don't even be capable for celebrate their Independence Day because they don't get the resources. They don't get the financial resources just for throwing a small party for celebrate their independence. The independence where they fight for 22 years. They get the independence. But today, they regret the independence. They say, better, we not for fight all that fight. We for still there alive. We for get small development. We are picking them for go school. We for be civilized. And all those millions of people, the way they kill them, they not for kill them. They will be part of one Sudan. They regret themselves. They should not calculate today. So I think it's been at 2019.